Well, my name's Matt, or Brucey, as I'm known. I sort of, my job is, I do like the male singing vocals. I also like write quite a bit of the music and help produce and a bit of part-time DJing sort of thing. That's me, in a nutshell.
Into one.
Yeah. Odie.
I just do back. My name's Alice. I do backing and stuff, and sometimes double with Alicia, and I've got a couple of verses.
I'm Matthew, aka Black Star, and I'm the hot rapper and the good looking
Oh my god!
Oh, here we go.
Yeah, that's it.
I'm Alicia J, and I do the main female vocals, and I also write some of the songs.
I'm John, aka
Jason.
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 Well,
You got your t-shirt on.
It's got a t-shirt that says J Sing.
yeah,
You know,
yeah,
you're wearing it.
yeah. All the time. I got it off me now. Sorry.
Oh, I thought you said you were wearing it.
So basically, my job's just DJ and party, man.
Party man.
Just have a party.
It gets the crowd going.
Yeah, just
Sounds
get
good to
everyone
me.
wild,
Get some ramped up.
Right.
Jason.
You don't do gigs, you do more events though, don't you?
Ah,
That's
yes.
how we like it.
Getting noticed. Yeah, I
It's
mean,
very noticed.
we sort of, it's hard for us because we're quite different, like sound-wise, and so it's hard playing with normal bands in like, you know, well, not necessarily normal venues, but venues that lend themselves to being like for indie bands. So like when we play, it's sort of like for example on Saturday at the O2 this Saturday, it's going to go from like being indie bands before to us, me and Johnny are going to do a DJ set before we go on. So it's going to change from like that gig vibe to more of like a party, clubby sort of vibe, and then that's what sort of like suits us. But it's hard for us when we're playing with indie bands because sometimes if we're supporting an indie band, people just don't get what we're about. Like,
Different audience and
Yeah.
those kind of things.
which we should totally understand because I sometimes go and watch bands. It's like say if I went to watch an indie band support a metal band, like when the metal band came on, I don't think I would appreciate it.
I think it's taken us a while to know that we can do this more of an event type thing and make it more of our own, instead of just trying to squeeze and fit in and try and make ourselves like everybody else. We're kind of standing up and being like, well, we are different, so...
Well, you don't do like the pub scene, and that which a lot of the indies do. This sort of like, do like a bit in the O2, a bit in the pub, but every now and then they drop down from Parallel.
So yeah, that's a bit more.
Yeah, I mean we've never, I don't know, I've never.
We've got that London as well, but we can.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
I just don't think it's the right
it doesn't
type
quite
of
suit us.
venue
Yeah,
for
it
us.
doesn't quite suit us.
We like the big flashing lights and the big bassy speakers, and I think it'd be a bit weird if we were sat in a local pub.
I think we are it's a commercial club sound, urban sort of dance sound. So I think in a pub scenario, I don't think it wouldn't really suit us.
Too
Kind of
loud.
fall flat really.
Yeah, I think so.
I
Yeah,
think we'd
I
have
think
heart
that's right.
attack if we sat having a pint and we walked in.
Yeah. I think we'd be shutting the door quite quickly. Anyway.
Yeah.
But I mean, if it was a sort of, if it was a night where if there was a few people on who were sort of like us, then there'd be no reason why I wouldn't play a gig like that. But it's just because at the moment.
I think we'd like to try everything.
Apart from Flatbush, like there's not really many bands who are sort of like digital based and got live vocals. It's more like you find more like DJ producers instead, and they just play club sets.
I mean, on top.
Because at the end of the day, our market is like club people are going clubbing, and also under 18s. Like we're going to play a few under 18 club nights, and it's sort of like that's what I want to be doing. It's like people going out clubbing, dance sort of feel, but then like also appealing to like under 18s as well. So we've got like the over 18 element and under 18 element, and that sort of.
Yeah, and I think branching out with Sheffield's can be really good for us. I mean, can't do us any harm, and I think from the response I think we could get, it could be really, really good for us, and we're trying to get more and more gigs outside of Sheffield, but I think that's why we like to have these big gigs in Sheffield, so that when we do have a gig in Sheffield,
There's a buzz.
yeah,
Yeah.
so we're not just doing loads and loads and loads of gigs all the time. people might get sick of us.
Yeah, because when we do a show in Sheffield, it's an event.
Yeah.
It's an event rather than a gig. It's like a show.
Yeah.
Rather than so.
A little concert.
Yeah, it isn't it? Yeah. Jason.
What do you have to say on all this? I keep making fun of you.
Well,
It's used to it.
yeah, I'm used to it. It's just something I like doing really. It's just like the atmosphere just before, and everyone's just like buzzed about everything and just being involved with it. It's just
And we're fun people.
yeah, it's just
He likes the champagne on Jason.
perfect.
Yeah, he
people.
does.
Perfect, like,
Start drinking champagne and now he's coming on now.
It's,
Yeah.
Jet set lifestyle already.
Well, on the bus back from London,
This kid
London,
fell asleep
Jane.
cuddling a bottle of champagne.
and then finished it off and slept for the rest of the way.
Yeah.
game on.
And I remember going to school and being like, do you remember we had people, I think Javine came,
Yeah.
and I was like the most excited person ever. You don't
Yeah.
really get that anymore, you don't get people going to schools, and I think that's a way that you can make younger people aware of what's going on and what kind of music there is.
Because they don't get out to the club to hear
Yeah,
it.
if they can't
Play
go
it
to
through
under
the
18
school.
nights and they're not going downtown and they only listen to what's on the radio, I think it's a good thing for us to like get out there and be like, well, where's something new?
Get in the face.
It'd be like, yeah, it'd be a first-hand opportunity to like talk to them and see their views on
I
everything.
think we just want to get involved, like
Yeah.
in what's going on and
Younger
young
generation.
people and music, and 'cause we're all like young and apart from that. I'm joking.
Learning Disability Friendly Club Night. We've been lucky enough to be asked back to play for Tramlines, because we played it before, or me and Alicia have played it before. It's honestly one of the most, it's the one, you can't describe what the atmosphere is like in it.
The thing
It's
is,
the most
sometimes you do
amazing.
gigs and you kind of come off and you're like, oh, was it good? Could we done anything better? But you get so much back from doing a gig like that
Yeah.
because they're just so honest. I
Yeah.
think if we were rubbish, they would be like,
Oh yeah.
that was awful. But we get so much back from it and they enjoy it. And it's, again, as getting involved in something different.
It's one of the best atmospheres I've been at. Honestly, in all the gigs we played like Tramline's main stage last year, 8,000 people. Don't get me wrong, absolutely amazing. But honestly, the best gig I've ever played was that under the stairs. That's the best gig I've ever done. Their patron is Martin Ware,
Heaven
Heaven 17, yeah. So, and yeah, I think he's DJ'd as well with Carl at the night. So, yeah, so it's a good little event. Which I think that's going to be the highlight of my Tramlines this year. I do hope so.
Yeah, I just
Why the cover actually?
Why the cover?
Yeah.
Yeah, we
But you know how it came about?
Actually, just
backstage,
remind me
like,
what
for a
it
gig?
is.
touched
Yeah,
me
can you remember that? We were all
Rudy
singing.
Silva.
Ruby Silver.
Yeah,
It's an old dance track.
Yeah,
and we were
old
all
90s
sat
dance song.
backstage waiting to go on. We were like singing away, going
Johnny
through
Depp.
songs, and we were like, we should do a cover. And then one of us just sang that bit, and we were like, it was Matt.
because I've
Good old
been working on that for months
And we were
and
like,
never told anyone.
let's get a cover done. And then from there, it's just gone on, and we've come up with little ideas. And
It's one of those songs. It's forgotten about as well. That song, I think. Not many people say, "Oh, touch me," and then they'll be like, and then you sing it to
In
them,
the morning.
and then they'll be like, "Ah, I know what song you mean now." So I think it's going to be one of those that it's a bit under the radar, but
it's exciting.
yeah,
It's
it's,
something new, something to us to get excited about. And I'm going to go on stage and be like, this audience doesn't know what's happening. We've got something up our sleeve.